What's up guys, Steven here from Airsoft Tech, and today I'm bringing you guys another shooting test. Today what we're going to be shooting is the APS UAR, the gun currently in my hand. So I just did the review for this gun. If you'd like to check out the review, I'll put an annotation in one of the corners of the screen right now. But in this video, just to let you guys know what will be coming up, I will first be showing you guys the flight path of the BBs up in the IV somewhere up there, just filming the camera, and then you can see the flight path of the BB. So I'll probably do that first. Then I will put the target up on a cardboard box, and we'll shoot from 3 distances, 50 feet, and then 80 feet, and then 105 to around 110 feet, somewhere around there. And we'll see how good or how accurate this gun is shooting. And at the end of the video, we're going to be doing the damage test. And what I'll be shooting at this time is actually a somewhat empty green gas can. So there's a little bit of green gas left in here. I actually just finished using this about 2 days ago, and I thought I was gonna throw it away, but then I was like, maybe I could use it for a video. And I thought maybe that this gun, since I have the upgraded spring in it, since it's around 410 to 400 or 400 to around 410 FPS, that maybe it can penetrate it after a certain amount of BB. So we're gonna see what happens, and if we do penetrate it, maybe it will explode or some hissing will happen. I don't really know. I've never shot at a green gas can before, and definitely don't do this at home unless you're wearing eye protection and you just know what you're doing. So don't try that at home. But yeah, so why don't we set the camera up? I'm going to do the first thing I already said, and we're going to set the camera up and we'll shoot somewhere in the IV so you guys can see the flight path of the BBs coming out of the APS UAR. Alright guys, so at 50 feet, as you can see, you're definitely not going to have a problem reaching your target. Again, this is a small cardboard box, so if this was even a human-sized target, you'd be absolutely having no problem whatsoever hitting a human-sized target. And we actually did get some bullseyes here. I think we got 2 inside the red circle, and then a third one is kind of right at the rim of the black and the red. And then there's a whole bunch of BBs and holes around the 9 and the 8s, and some of them kind of flew up, and some of them kind of went down towards the 8 and 7s and whatnot. But the majority are around the 9 and the 10, and close to the border of the 8 and 9. So not bad at 50 feet. Again, we are using 0.20 gram BBs. I don't think I mentioned that, but we are using 0.20 gram BBs and the 9.6 volt battery. So now at 50 feet, we know we don't have a problem reaching our target. Why don't we go back to the second distance, which is at 80 feet, and we'll see how accurate the gun is at 80 feet. Alright guys, so as you can see at 80 feet, definitely not going to have a problem in reaching your target. Yes, the groupings are pretty scattered all around. However, they're still reaching the box and they're still hitting the target, which is pretty nice. None of them are dropping low. None of them are not even reaching 80 feet. All of them are reaching 80 feet, and about 95 to 99% of them are just hitting the box. The ones that are not hitting the box are just going a little bit to the right or to the left or a little bit above the box. So anyways though, 80 feet, very pleased with the results. Now why don't we go back to the final distance, which is around 105 to around 110 feet. Alright guys, so around 105 to around 110 feet, you're still not going to have a problem reaching your target, especially on fully automatic. I think almost every shot on fully automatic hit the target without a doubt. On semi-automatic though, quite a few BBs were flying a little bit to the right and a little bit above the box, and I think 1 or 2 of them actually went to the left of the box. But the majority again are still reaching and hitting the target at around 105 to 110 feet. So again, if this was a human-sized target, you really shouldn't be worried, or you shouldn't have a problem reaching and hitting hitting your target at that far distance. And remember, this gun is also used for CQB. So remember, you're not going to be using the spring since it's around 400 plus FPS. That's not required or not allowed at in CQB fields. But if you downgraded the spring to what they also provided, the weaker spring, you shouldn't have a problem reaching your target, especially in CQB fields. And also, this was mostly for an outdoor field shooting test, the accuracy test, because these distances are mostly for outdoor fields. You wouldn't really be shooting at 110 plus feet in a CQB environment, like in a building or something like that, unless you're shooting from completely across from corner to corner in the building, but that's highly unlikely. But yeah, so I'm really pleased with the results. So now, without further ado, why don't we set up the green gas can and see if we can puncture it, and maybe we'll get an explosion, maybe not. I have no idea, but I can't wait to find out. So why don't we set the camera up, the green gas can, and we'll start shooting, and we'll see what happens. Alright guys, so I actually took the camera off the screen because, as you could see, it is super cold. Oh my gosh, so I didn't know how to do this. As you could hear, there was some hissing in the beginning, but then the box fell over, unfortunately, and there actually is still some smoke coming out. Let me see if I can shake it. Nope. Alright, well, look at that. Look how cold it is. Wow, and then you could see, and there's actually some foam in here. It's actually holding it together. And none of the BBs did go through. Oh, here, actually, it started to. If you could see, look how cold it's all the way around. But look at that. So the BBs were starting to almost come through. You could see a whole bunch of dents and whatnot. So these are all dents right here. As you could see, all those little grooves right there, and then especially right here, they started to almost come through to the other side. But yeah, so that's what the inside of a green gas can looks like. There's some like foaming material and whatnot. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up all that well because it is starting to get a little bit dark, so the quality might get a little worse. But yeah, so it is super cold. Oh my gosh. Oh, and ow. It actually froze my hand a little bit. That actually hurt a little bit. So yeah, and the reason why I was going a little bit slow at the beginning when I was shooting is because they actually started to come back and hit me in the stomach, the legs, my thighs and whatnot, and it was actually really hurting. So I had to go a little bit slow. Luckily, I was wearing my my glasses to block anything from hitting me in the face and my eyes, more importantly. So that was the shooting test and the damage test, you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Give this video a thumbs up so you guys can now, because you guys can now see the inside of a green gas can. See, that's that foaming material. It's pretty weird. It's kind of like styrofoam. You can see the BBs kind of going in there. Just shredded up this metal can. So yeah, so anyways, that was the shooting test of the APS UAR. Remember, the link of the gun will be in the description, so go check it out on Airsoft GI's website. Definitely recommend this gun. And that's going to be for this video, guys. So thank you guys for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.